Health is a very important thing to all people because it enables you to do most things in your life. An experience in my life, I realized that I take my own health for granted. This experience was in Mexico, and I hope it shows you guys to not take your health for granted. So, when I was in 5th grade, my parents and I and my sister went down to Mexico for my other sister's wedding. We flew down, and it was an okay experience going down there. And once we got there, it was nice and warm. It felt good because it was in March, so it was still somewhat cold here, so I really liked that. And the first day we just kind of settled in, and then woke up on the next day, and me and my mom went down to one of the shops by the port, and I started not feeling good, so we went back, and then I decided to try and go to the bathroom, and that didn't help, so I laid down and just kind of lounged around the rest of the day. The next day I woke up and I felt even worse, which I thought something must be wrong, but we'll see. And I went throughout that day, didn't feel good, wasn't really showing any other symptoms of anything, but still wasn't feeling that great. And then I didn't sleep very well that night and woke up on the 3rd day and I was throwing up. So my parents went into the kitchen of our little room and got me a big pot, which was deemed my throw up pot. So I was holding that basically the whole time that I was there. And after I started throwing up for a little while, I had nothing left in my stomach, so it was green. And as you can imagine, this was not fun. I didn't feel good at all. And I didn't sleep really at all that night. And the 4th day, I woke up after barely getting any sleep. And again, I just sat in the room on the bed. We had 2 beds, but for some reason they put them together, so all 4 of us were sleeping together. I thought it was really weird, so did everybody else. But that's just how it went. And yeah, the 4th day, my mom asked me, because it was time for my sister's wedding, if I wanted to go, and obviously I said no because I was just throwing up all the time. And then I stood up to go to the bathroom, and my stomach on this side was in so much pain that I couldn't even stand up straight. My parents asked me at first if I wanted to go to the doctor, but then we were reluctant because we would have to pay for all the medical bills and such before we left the country, so it would have been difficult. So my mom decided to give me some of my sister's strep throat medicine, cut up in half, and we're pretty sure that that helped me through. And then I went to bed that night, not really though, because I didn't sleep much, and woke up the next day, and it was time for us to leave. Going through the airport wasn't as bad as I thought. Through the one in Mexico, it was small, so it was easy to navigate. And then once we flew from Mexico into Dallas, I was put on a wheelchair, and one of the people that worked at the airport was wheeling us through everywhere we needed to go, so it was really easy to get to our flight. And once we got onto our flight, I just put the tray down on the seat and basically tried to fall asleep. I luckily didn't throw up on the plane, so that was good. And then when we got home, flying into Omaha, I don't know if the pilot was tired or something, but we just kind of smacked right down on the runway. It woke me up. So we came home after that night, and I had a doctor's appointment the next day, and they had an earlier opening, so my mom called me and told me that, and we went. So once we got to the doctor's office, they started running tests. I got a CAT scan and blood drawn, and then my family doctor said that we needed to rush me to Sioux City to the hospital to get an emergency surgery, and this is where I realized how serious this really was. So my mom went home and packed some things and got the car and my dad drove us there kind of a little fast, but we made it there earlier, and I was in surgery that night. And after surgery, I was feeling a lot better. I had a tube in me to drain all the stuff that my appendix had leaked. And after a little while, my parents told me that the doctor said had we waited maybe one more day, I could have died. So I hope this experience really shows you the value of your health and shows you not to take it for granted.